Hello everybody, Survivor here, welcome to another review. And today we're going to be reviewing a creepy game. Resident Evil 7.
Now let me open the sky. Don't get out of the road. 虹に黒を差し飛び立
How? That's be some of the most that intro has to be some of the most cringeworthy shit I've ever done in my life. I just wanted to do something creepy because I love Resident Evil. I love the horror Resident Evil. It just damn. I just I don't know. I just want to do something new to the channel. Try some new shit. Like I'm actually thinking about, because I actually got another series planned. Not like an actual series, like crossover series, like let's say like interdimensional, something like interdimensional. Like I already got Fairy Got Kill announced, but I'm gonna wait a while for that because interdimensional. We all know y'all waiting for that. For people that have watched it. But Resident Evil 7, this is a game that I've been waiting to play for a long time. And I was thinking about reviewing it too. Like, I think I remember. I think I might have said before, like when I was doing reviews and stuff, that I might review Resident Evil 7 when it comes out. And the thing is, Resident Evil 7 has been teased since 2012, with that very end cutscene with Jake, after you beat all the campaigns. Like, it's been teased because we all thought that was gonna be like another major title in the series, following Jake. But I think obviously that project, that part was scrapped. Obviously that script was kind of scrapped, I believe. Because the amount of hate behind Resident Evil 6 and the sales behind it too didn't really reach XCOM's not XCOM, shit, I said fucking XCOM, I meant Capcom's expectations, because they wanted to go to 7 million copies sold, but it went to 5 million, which that sucks. And to be honest, I found Resident Evil 6 a good game. I really enjoyed it. I loved it when it came out. And I'm gonna be honest, like, now that I'm older and mature, I can understand, older and more mature about this stuff, I can understand some of the stuff that people have criticized Resident Evil 6 for. Like the amount of elements that it just mashed together with the turret sections, the motorcycle parts with Jake and Sherry. It was the helicopter and the plane stuff, because there's one point where you feel like you're playing a third person version of Call of Duty with Chris or something, and all of a sudden you look like you're playing that Assault Horizon game, that Air Force game that came out in 2011 that people really loved. And it was, again, I can understand the criticism for that, but I still love the game for what it was, especially the story elements and everything. Though that's another video for another day. Why I like Resident Evil 6. We're talking about Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, again, I've been waiting for this game to come out for years. I've been waiting years to play this game. Ever since that tease at the end of 6. Which the more, as the years went by and I kind of knew more about a little bit how business worked with gaming, it really sucked that I was kind of afraid with the amount of sales it went and the amount of hate that Resident Evil 6 got. I was really afraid that Capcom was not going to be doing it because they were looking more toward what the fans want ever since the downgrade of Resident Evil 6 that was. Shut up, little G. Come here. Come here, kitty. Come here. Sorry, I got that cat. But Resident Evil 7, I've been waiting for this game for years. I've been wanting to play just another major Resident Evil title in the series. And I just been kind of thinking, like, are they ever going to reveal it? Are they ever going to be, are they ever going to have a planned release for it? I was pretty afraid on that, as I thought the Revelation series that they got going, which I do got Revelations 1 up on my shelf, and Revelations 2, which are both good games. But again, I was kind of afraid that they were getting more focused on their Revelations series, which felt like its own thing. And I've just felt like that, like they just stopped doing the major titles all together, which kind of stopped it. And ever since, like, not many high critics didn't really pay attention to Revelations 1 or 2. Like, yes, Revelations 1 was definitely highly known. Shut up! But definitely highly noticed. Like, it's number 4 on Watch Mojo's top 10 best Resident Evil games, and that's saying something because it returned to horror roots with Resident Evil 6, mechanics, and it worked. But again, I've been waiting for this game for years, and it's finally come out. Again, I really just thought that Revelations 1 and 2, especially 2, should have really gotten a lot more recognition, like a lot more attention than it got. Because, like, I mean, come on, reviews from people and everything, other than, like, the typical IGN, GameSpot, like somebody else. But other than that, nobody really paid attention to it, and that's what really saddens me. Other than, like, the hardcore and newer fans to the series and stuff that knows Resident Evil is a horror series. But yeah, Resident Evil 7, guys, let's get started. Resident Evil 7, what's the game all about? So, the game, just to let y'all know, if y'all are really afraid about jumping into the 7th entry in the series, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There are references of characters and stuff that old fans of the series like me or Alpha Omega Sin or other Resident Evil fans, especially old school ones, will definitely recognize, and even some from like one character from one of the most recent games that you can find pretty early in the game. And it's a really damn good experience. And it's definitely a must buy. I cannot think of my fucking sister. But Resident Evil 7 is a complete new experience. It's in first person. And don't get me wrong, I get why they did it. It's because of PT, it's because of Outlast, Amnesia, Alien Isolation. First person horror games have been a trend since Amnesia, Outlast, and Alien Isolation. Then there was PT. It's been a trend, but I think it's mostly caused by PT, because it was it's something that people just loved, and it's been a trend ever since. So but people are really criticizing the game that it's Outlast with guns or some shit. It's not. Okay, I can see why y'all are making the comparisons, but it's not. It's like an old school game, but modernized, because the simplicity of the puzzles are there, just like in the old ones. Like you have to take this thing back to this. Definitely feels like one of the old school games in the series, but just modernized, and I loved it. But let's get to the story, because it's obviously the major part when it comes to this series. You're you're you follow a new character, a new protagonist named Ethan Winters, who who's his wife, Mia Winters, went missing 3 years prior, which which is basically 1 year after the events of Resident Evil 6. Uh, but yeah, 3 years prior to when this takes place, or before or something like that, she ended up missing. And Ethan thought, well, after waiting such a long time, he was ready to cope with the death of her. But after, yeah, but after receiving an email, of her telling him to come get her in Louisiana, uh, Ethan decides to finally go and check it out where she's at. You know, she sent the address and the state and everything, because Ethan and Mia live in Texas. So the game, so yeah, the story starts off pretty simplistic. You're basically your everyday guy going to search for your wife that's been missing for 3 years. It's kind of funny in symbolism when you think about it, because Mia went missing after 3 years, and when you really think about this, the symbolism behind that for is missing in action, MIA. I see what you did, Capcom. I see what you did. And they are running on a whole new engine called the RE engine, which they used actual real people's faces and put it into to the game. Characters like Ethan, Mia, Lucas, Jack, Evelyn. It's amazing. Zoe, awesome. So, but again, what is the game? So yeah, one more about the story. Well, when Ethan gets there, unsurprisingly, he is captured by the Baker family. Um, After some shit happens with his wife, or around the beginning, he gets captured, and he has to go through this whole hell trying to find a way to not only get him out, but also another a member of the Baker family named Zoe. Another one of the Baker family, Zoe, who is not actually crazed by what's going on, and is not actually crazy, and actually wants to escape too, but can't, and hasn't yet, for a specific reason, which is explained a little bit later in the game. Now, what is the gameplay? Again, it's first person Resident Evil, and I thought it was a great decision to do this, because I feel like, again, Capcom needed to do something new here, and for the franchise, and I love the way that they did it. Resident Evil 7 went into a more modern horror experience, and I do love the first person mechanics. Now, I know nostalgic or hardcore nostalgic people are giving this shit zeros and ones. It's fucking stupid, and like Angry Joe said in his review, it makes me cringe, because they because there aren't really any other characters that in the game that are you know, that are, more of a return character. Now, there is one around the very end, but I'm kind of skeptical because I know because of the whole RE engine and shit, but it just confuses the hell out of me. And with the new Resident Evil Vendetta movie coming out, I'm really wondering how the hell were they gonna get away with some shit like that. I'm really wondering how Capcom's gonna explain this shit, if that's what the ending's implying. So the gameplay is rather simplistic. You got uh, your modern horror mechanics with the shooting and everything. Uh, like the gameplay controls are basically just the same as in the demo, which is always great because if you play the demo, you already know what you're gonna get yourself into with the main monsters and what's gonna happen and shit. And and since this is a return to form for Resident Evil, there is item management where you can actually, you know, where you can actually manage your items, and there is a save room just like in the old school games where you can stock your stuff in there, manage like what you need, just in case like you're gonna run into more enemies, and or more than likely go into a boss battle, which you're really thinking about too, because you don't know. But then again, this is a Resident Evil game, and when you really and I remember back then, like you couldn't really like you never really knew like you're gonna be running into this character or something that you're gonna have to fight. It's crazy, like especially like if you playing on like you didn't know, but they kind of did in a way, but it was more anonymous and everything and shit, all that. But you fucking cat, I swear to God. But anyway, again, amazing experience. Resident Evil 7 nails the game. Now you do got your normal enemies, which are the molded. There are a couple of variations that do appear much later in the game, but you're dealing with the normal versions that you fought in the demo, and you really want to get those headshots in to really conserve your ammo. Because if you put bullets in them, like shooting off their limbs, it's cool and all, but you really gotta conserve your ammo. Because if you don't, you're really gonna get frustrated in some of the later stuff. But good thing that there are a bunch of that you can actually find items that are actually hidden behind stuff that you really gotta look, and it is really clever on how they did it, and I love it. Because there were items in the game back in some of them, like I remember that electricity gun that you found in Resident Evil 2. It was on a freaking body. Like you never knew there was an actual gun, another gun in that. Even for people that play the old school games, like I watched Craig A 1028's Resident Evil 2 walkthrough, he didn't even know that wasn't even the game. Mind blown. But anyway, also, it's funny as hell that it does remind us of the old school games. It does. Because you can actually exploit all these damn molded by shutting the door in their face. Which, again, it gives us back an old nostalgic feeling of the old school games. It definitely does that, and it does a damn good job too. Now, what about the bakers? Oh fuck, I forgot the main baker's name. Shit. Jack, Marguerite, and Lucas, and Evelyn. much later. Um, Jack is the first guy you face, and he's more than likely the most popular out of the bakers, obviously, and reasonably so. Dude, you're blocking my light. Sorry, dude, but you're blocking my light. And reasonably so, why he's the most popular out of the bakers. Again, understandable because he's famous for welcome to the family, son. But and this guy, wherever you're at, like I gotta tell you all about Madhouse Mo, but we'll get to that in a bit. Jack, he's an awesome he gives the game an awesome first impression. He'll definitely remind you of another horror game, and the game kind of gives you like that Texas Chainsaw Massacre cannibal family feeling around the beginning of the game. But as you progress, you do realize this is just like this is just like in any other Resident Evil. They've somehow this virus or this mold virus thing kind of had their bodies contaminated and made them not into a brainless undead thing or something like that, like in all the other games, but made them they're all person, but driven to their but push them to their limits. You will see all these characters' true colors, except Lucas, because you don't really fight him. But you do see like their true like looks and everything due to the results of this virus, and it's really cool. Shut up. I swear that cat. But man, this game does a damn good job with the Baker family, especially. Okay, they do a damn good job with them, and I do like the videotapes that they did place in the game. But I felt like we could have used more of those. Like one of my few kind of things. Like I was a bit disappointed with the cassette tapes because they felt more interesting. Like I feel like they could have added the the DLC stuff. They could have added that into the game, but then again, Capcom is kind of known for crap DLC. But hey, but anyway, the game awesome. I gotta turn on the light real quick. I had to so y'all can see me, but because it's about to get dark or something, and I didn't want it to be any darker in this room so y'all could not see me. But anyway, with Resident Evil 7 kind of stumbles a bit again was the cassette tapes. Like there was a lack on them, and even though it's a bit of a minor nitpick at best, these felt like a really more interesting way of throughout the game. Now I understand why all these are there, just so they can show you on how to progress throughout the rest of the game. I get it, okay? There's only been 4. One of them is actually one of them, especially around the end, is actually important to the story, and but only 3 of them that you really need to progress, that will help you to progress throughout one of the games, especially the happy birthday one, which you're definitely going to need to figure out that damn puzzle, because Lucas has you do some jigsaw type shit from the Saw movies early on, and later down the middle, which is some clever shit, and I feel like we should get some more like that when it comes to the not a hero DLC, which is gonna be for free coming down this spring. But also, what about Marguerite Marguerite, she controls bugs, and her again. Like I really did like the way that she was there. If I had to say something about Ethan or Mia, now Ethan, with the amount of shit that he talks and how emotionally he gets in certain cutscenes, the guy barely even reacts. Like, there's a point in the game where I think it's pretty much optional, where you can actually have your leg limbed, get cut off or something, and you reattach. Like, the guy barely reacts in gameplay. Now, I feel like his voice acting should have been in the game more, because, he is the protagonist, but who knows? Maybe the voice acting was limited due to the budget. Who knows? Because we all know this game did take a lot to make, especially the DLC. Which adds more to the whole Clancy stuff, who's one of the side characters that was involved in the game. Not actually involved in the main story, but more of like what's been going on behind the scenes with Ethan, While Ethan's doing all this crap, or much earlier. But I feel like that Resident Evil 7 definitely nails with the stuff. Like it always does something really different. Like it's like every wherever you go gives you a different feel. The mansion parts were or the friggin' house parts were definitely felt like like the old school games. The second part of the game definitely reminded me of Resident Evil 4, because I don't know, cause the feel gave me a more of a Resident Evil 4-ish type of feel when it came to the Marguerite stuff. No idea why. It gave me that Resident Evil 4 feel, because it just had that area. And definitely the Lucas stuff definitely reminded me of Saw and stuff, which is really cool, because and later on with the later on the boat Sticky Quids and stuff, definitely it gives you like that Resident Evil Revelations feel. I like that. I like how throughout each part of the game definitely gives you a different feel, and for the most part, like I really do. With the gameplay, like with Ethan, like yeah, it's clunky, but you'll get used to it, because Ethan's not a soldier, and if you miss a shot, dude, you definitely feel like you wasted something, like one of your resources. And I do say the most part, because even though like it does later on, it does get into more action or oriented, throwing more enemies at you and more ammunition and stuff. Now I get why. Now I get it. More empowerment and more of a challenge, but I don't know. Like I get it, and I don't really mind it. Just I don't know. It's just something that people have been talking about a lot recently when it came to Resident Evil 7, and the game itself. Like I do love the mystery behind like how this began much later. And the game itself is amazing. I love it for what it was. But I got to talk about Madhouse. The Madhouse difficulty. I'm not beating the damn thing yet. I'm still stuck in a fucking boss battle. I'm stuck on a boss battle. The boss battle before you reach that damn boat. On Madhouse, I've reached that damn far to the point where I'm like, alright, like I just need to put a few more shots in that, activate that freaking sequence so I can move on to that damn boat. Damn it, I thought it sucks. It definitely, and I can definitely see why Madhouse was unlocked after you beat the game. Because if you played it, because if you pre-ordered the game and got Madhouse immediately, You're gonna be in a world of pain, my friends. I'm telling you. Resident Evil 7's Madhouse difficulty is a completely different experience. Yes, you will be going. The gameplay is the same. Yes, there will be. But the thing is, it's a complete different experience because, like, guns and stuff that appear later on in the game, but also later enemies appear too, at least at certain points early on. And what I love about Madhouse mode definitely was the cassette tape stuff, because the cassette tape stuff will immediately remind you of the old school Resident Evils with the typewriter and the ink ribbons. It'll definitely want you wanting to save it at a certain point because it is the hardest difficulty. I had to do that a lot. And in Madhouse, even if you unlock that special gun and you get it by going to that freaking box and shit, again, you're gonna die a lot, even with that OP ass gun. It's a completely different experience because ammo is scarce. Enemies are now more bullet sponges than ever. It's crazy, and just wow. Madhouse needs to be played after you beat the game, definitely, because not only is it a completely different experience, I'm gonna have to kick that cat's ass one of these days. But anyway, again, Resident Evil 7 is an awesome way to return to form for an old school game. Again, like I said before, it's like an old school game but modernized, and it definitely works to this very day. I'm glad that horror games, ever since 2014, have been getting a lot more known since Alien Isolation, The Evil Within. It's great to see games like this return, and games like horror games and stuff return and coming a bit more popular on the market. It's great, and I cannot wait. Now with the Not a Hero free additional DLC coming out, I cannot wait to actually find out who this soldier you meet at the end. I gotta spoil who its name is, but it's because again y'all gotta play it. But yeah, now don't get me wrong. It's not that the game it's not flawless or anything. If I had to really nitpick on the game, we never really got to know everything about like not every question is answered about when the credits roll. Actually, the ending itself kind of brings up a bit more questions, which I do hope that all of that will be explained in the free additional DLC, which definitely feels like it's going to be more of the real ending to the game soon. It's gonna be like more of the real ending coming soon, and I actually cannot wait. So like, I love Resident Evil 7, and yes, the game did have its nitpicks. Like, don't get me wrong, just that not everything was really answered, and it just kind of bothered me by the end game. Like, why did this really? I mean, I get the reason, but how did it? Like, why were they doing this? Because by the end game, that's how it really happened, and because by the end game, you're kind of wondering why did they really want to do this, even after the events of Resident Evil 6, and there's like a special return of a certain company in the series. I ain't gonna say what, but it's kind of it's kind of been mind-boggling me, and and plus, I gotta say, if I had to say one more positive game part of the game is the boss fights, especially the very first one. Holy shit! And like the boss fights, I thought they were pretty damn good. Especially like on Madhouse mode, you're thinking more strategically, and I think that's what gives the boss fights more of a boost. Yeah, but again, Resident Evil 7, I love the game. I definitely recommend going out and buying it because it's definitely a game going out to buy for. Like, if you're a fan, if you're a fan of the series, go out and buy it. It's definitely a horror experience that should not be missed by any Resident Evil fan. Because if you've been wanting the series to come back to its roots, definitely go out and buy it. Again, I'm gonna be getting the comments saying, "This ain't old school. Where's my fixed camera angle? Where's my Jill? Where's my Chris, Leon, Ada, Claire?" For real? Seriously? Y'all are gonna act like that after Capcom is putting a whole new story to the table, but it's a different gameplay? But it's different gameplay. Like, it's Outlast for guns. Like, shut the fuck up. It's a great return to form. It's got so many elements from the old school games. They definitely learned a lesson on bringing Resident Evil back to what it was to begin with, just modernized. I feel like they should continue this to Resident Evil 8. That is definitely something to look forward to. And with the Resident Evil 2 remake coming out soon, which I do hope it's coming out this year. Oh yeah! But then again, Resident Evil tends to come out always on January. It's weird that Resident Evil always seemed to come out in January. Ever since the Resident Evil remake remastered that came out in January, I think 2015. Resident Evil 0 HD remaster came out in 2016, January 2016. Then there's Resident Evil 7 that came out this year in 2016. So I wouldn't really be surprised if they release Resident Evil 2 remake January 2018. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we'll give them more time to do this stuff in there. But anyway, Resident Evil 7, I love the game. I love my experience. But if I had to really think about one thing, that the game felt short, and it was short. On normal difficulty, it was basically it's basically 9 to 10 hours long on normal difficulty, 8 hours if you're playing on easy. If you start out on easy, you can speedrun the entire game to 4 hours, which is an achievement if you want it on easy. And I'm pretty sure on Madhouse it's going to take a lot more, like probably up to Alien Isolation terms of gameplay on how long it is. 21 hours. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like the video if y'all enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below what y'all think about Resident Evil 7. And if any of you are new to the channel and want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. And again, let me know what you guys thought about Resident Evil 7. I do plan on doing another game review, which is going to be Evolve. And I do hope to God, because I actually had this shit planned out, but certain noises just kind of keep me up to like, oh, fuck it. This is like my ultra reviews all over again. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I will see y'all next time. Survivor